Here we go. So thank you guys for joining me. We're not going to need any weights for this strength session. This is going to be all body weight stuff. Let me move back here so you guys can see me. And what I want to focus on today, what I'm doing today, is based off of the talk that Jeremy gave on Tuesday with running form and the activation of our glutes, hamstrings, things like that, our core. So that's what I wanted to focus on today, is the hamstrings and the glutes. So the hamstrings, most people know the hamstrings by just the hamstrings or the glutes, right? But there's a lot of different parts. There's the gluteus medius, there's the gluteus maximus, there's the bicep femoris, which is the actual hamstrings, the erector spinae, which if you don't know what that is, it's the muscles in your lower back used for stabilization. So usually when the erector spinae is very tight, it's not a lower back problem so much as, I mean, it could be the erector spinae overuse, but more than likely it's tight hamstrings, tight glutes, tight calf muscles, or weak glutes and hamstrings. So that's what we're going to work on today. So that being said, we're going to start with the warm-up, and we're going to go 2 times through this. So we're going to do 30 seconds of push-ups, 30 seconds of sit-ups, 30 seconds of bird dogs, and then we'll rest for 30 seconds and do it again. So I'm going to get my timer here. That is a calculator. We don't need to calculate anything right now. So we're going to start with push-ups, guys. So whenever you're ready, I'm going to start the timer. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, and we're doing 30 seconds push-ups. Good form, nice and slow. If you need a variation of the push-up, you can get on your knees and do the push-ups as well. Whatever you need to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. And we're going to 30 seconds of sit-ups, beginning now. So I like to interlace my fingers behind my head, and you're just bringing your shoulders and upper back off of the ground. You don't want to pull up on your neck. You can also clasp your fist underneath your chin, keep your forearms on your chest, and rotate from the core and the hips. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Now we're going to bird dogs. So if you don't know what those are, starting on your hands and knees, you're going to extend your left arm up and your right leg up and out. So you're essentially pointing, and you're going to go to the other side, right? Left arm up, right leg up. Right arm up, left leg up. And you're focusing on squeezing the shoulders. You're focusing on squeezing the gluteus medius and the gluteus maximus. Good job, guys. Keep going. Felice looking good. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right. So we'll take 30 seconds rest, and then we'll do that again. So again, on those bird dogs, make sure you're squeezing the glutes, right? One thing you can do is to make sure you're activating is when you bring your leg up, if you actually touch your glute with your finger and squeeze where your finger is, it helps pinpoint where you're going to squeeze. And it's a little easier to focus on that area. So just something to think about. All right, guys, here we go. 30 seconds of push-ups. And 3, 2, 1, go. Good form, tight core. Again, if you need variation, you can get on your knees and do the push-ups as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Now we're going to those sit-ups. Again, you can put your hands underneath your chin, forearms resting on your chest, and rotating from the core, just bringing the back of the shoulders up off of the ground, making sure that lower back is pressed into the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, guys. Now we're going to the bird dogs again. Opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm starting left arm out, right leg out. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the shoulder. Squeeze those back muscles. About a 2-second pause when you get to the top of each one, and then slow release. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. All right, 30 seconds rest. All right, the main set will probably take a little bit more rest just so I can explain the main set. So the first exercise, we're going to do the main set 3 times through, 30 seconds on each exercise. So the first one is called a band squat. If you don't have a band, that's okay. If you do, grab one real quick. But what you're going to do is, you guys can see me, you're going to put the band around both legs, just above your knee, right? Legs and feet shoulder width apart. You're going to get in that low squat position, and you're going to keep that tension, right? And you're going to walk to the side, keeping that tension, right? Take about 5 or 6 steps to the left, and then 5, 6 steps back to the middle, and then go to the right. So you're always keeping that tension on the band, right? So that's the first exercise. The next one is hip bridges, and we're going to do single leg hip bridges, right? So we're laying on our backs. Palms are underneath our butt, facing down. Feet are tucked into our butt. I'm going to start with the left leg. The right leg is going to stay down. So the left leg is straight up, toes pointed, and you're going to lift up from the hips. Make sure to squeeze the glutes and your hamstrings with that right leg, and then you're going to come down a couple of inches and then back up. So you're going to pulse for about 15 seconds, and then we'll switch, right? So the left leg stays down, right leg is up, toe pointed, come up, squeezing the glutes and the hamstrings, and you're going to pulse. So really working on the glutes and hamstrings with that one. The single leg stuff is great. All right, the next one, single leg deadlifts. If you guys can see me. So the leg that is stationary, that's not going to move, is the side that you hold the weight in for balance if you need to, right? So I'm going to hold the weight, or this trigger point device, in my right hand, and I'm going to bend down, and my left leg is going to extend out and then back. So you're really focused on keeping the core tight, squeezing with the glute and the hamstrings. You should not feel this in your lower back. You should not feel it in the erector spinae. You should feel it mostly in your glutes, hamstrings, for the most part. So we'll do 30 seconds on one leg, 30 seconds on the opposite leg. So that's those. And then the next one is called side hip abduction. So for those of you who want to know, there's adduction and there's abduction. Anytime there's an exercise that says adduction, you're adding to the center line of your body. If it's abduction, you're subtracting from the center line, so you're going away. So this is hip abduction. And again, this is focused on the glutes, right? So for this one, my left leg is on the floor, and that left leg is bent at about 45 degrees. My hips are stacked on top of each other. This right leg is straight, and we're simply going to raise it up, hold for a couple of seconds, and then back down. And you should be squeezing. So if you put your finger on your glute, right where the pocket of your pants would be, and hold your finger there, that's where you should be squeezing, right where that finger is. And then we'll switch to the other side. So we'll do 30 seconds on each one. And then the final exercise will be clams. So same position, hips stacked on top of each other. And these two exercises, you don't want to rotate forward or backward. You want to keep those hips stacked. Legs are bent at 90 degrees. Your ankles are together with your feet, and all you're going to do is rotate. So you're going to do abduction. So you're going to rotate from the hip outward. So you're just rotating from that hip joint, squeezing your glute medius, right? So you're not rotating. Your hips aren't rotating. It's just that leg, that knee is coming out like there's a string attached to it and you're pulling outward, right? So that's the exercises. So whenever you guys are ready, I know that was a little bit longer of a rest break, but I wanted to make sure everybody understands those. So the first exercise we're doing are the band squats. And if you don't have the band, you can just stay in that squatting position as best you can and move left and right. You can also do wall squats if you wanted as a variation. So we're going to put the band on, get in that seated squat position like you're sitting in a chair, right? And you're going to hold that tension on the band. So don't let your legs come all the way in. Hold that tension, and we're going to walk side to side. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Side walk, keep that tension on. Keep the tension, keep that butt low, right? Just like you're sitting in a chair. 5 or 6 steps out, whatever room you have to the left, and then come back to the right. Good job. About 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, now we're going to the single leg hip bridges. Looks like you guys are in position. And here we go in 3, 2, 1. So I'm starting with the right leg stationary. My left leg is up, toes pointed, and you're just pulsing up and down, squeezing the glutes, squeezing that glute medius, glute maximus. Three, 2, 1, and we're switching legs. Give you a couple seconds. And here we go. So my right leg is now pointed straight up. And my left leg is pulsing up and down. So really driving those hips up, squeezing the glutes. Gluteus medius, gluteus maximus. Hamstrings as well. That's where you should be feeling this. Should not be feeling it in your lower back. All right, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, now we're going to those single leg deadlifts. I'm starting with the weight in my right hand, sorry. My right leg is going to be stationary. My left leg is going to be the one going back. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. So if you're shaky on these, if you're wobbling a lot from the ankles or if your hips dropping, right? So there's some cues that there's some muscle imbalance going on, right? So some things you need to work on. I love isometric stuff. I love the single leg stuff. Really, really good. Good balance, tight core, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the hamstrings. 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. My left side is a little bit weaker than my right. And these type of exercises are great if you are a trail runner, because you need a lot of strong glute muscles and flexibility if you're going to run trail. 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. All right, now we're going to the single leg hip adductions, right? So I'm laying on my left side. That left leg is tucked in, knees bent at about 45 degrees, hips are stacked on top of each other, ankles are together, and we're simply going to raise this right leg up. Our leg is straight, sorry. Leg is straight out, sorry. And we're lifting it up as high as you can go, holding and then coming back down. If you put your finger where your pocket should be on your pants, that's where you want to squeeze, right where that finger is. It's a focal point. That's where you should be squeezing. 3, 2, 1. Great job, guys. And we're going to switch sides. I'm going to count the timer for you. My microphone pack is in my other pocket, so it's going to be hard to do that. But you guys go ahead. Counting the timer for you. You switch sides. Squeezing the gluteus medius, gluteus maximus. Probably feel a little bit in the bicep femoris, which is your hamstrings, and maybe even the inside of your leg, which is called the gracilis, which that's usually the first muscle that starts to cramp up on me in long races. All right, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, now we're going to clams. So now that same position, hips are stacked on top of each other, knees bent back 90 degrees, ankles stacked on top of each other, and we're simply raising that knee up and out. So hip abduction, we're going away from the center line of our body. So just make sure the leg is the only thing that's moving. Make sure you're not rotating completely around. Hips stay stacked on top of each other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and switch sides. Give you guys a couple of seconds to switch, and starting the timer now. Keep those hips stacked on top of each other, engaging the glutes and the erector spinae as well, that lower back area. That helps us with stabilization of the hips. The bird dog exercise also works a little bit of the erector spinae as well. So good exercise to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. All right. Take 60 seconds and then we're going to do it again. So these body weighted exercises are great, right? You don't always have to have weights to get a good workout in. You do 4 or 5 rounds of this, you'll probably be pretty sore. And some of these exercises, you can add weights to it, right? The bands, I mean, you can add weights to that if you wanted, but those are pretty tough already as they are. So. And the good thing about these exercises too, guys, is when you're in the sport of running or cycling, those are very one-dimensional sports. We're working out, we're running, we're cycling in one plane of motion. And so we don't get a lot of work in all the planes of motion of the body, which is the median plane, the frontal plane, and the horizontal plane. There's some names that are interchangeable, but those are the 3 planes of the body. And typically with running and cycling, we just stay in one and we neglect the other ones, the abduction, the adduction exercises, flexion, extension, things like that. So this stuff is really, really good to work on that. So you guys are ready to get started? Here we go. So going back to the band squats. I both love and hate these. Looks like everybody is set. Yes. All right. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Deep squat. Keeping that tension on the band. Sitting back like you're sitting in a chair. Good job. You'll feel it in your quads, but you should feel a lot in your hamstrings and glutes. Almost there, guys. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Going to those single leg hip bridges now. You guys get in position. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. I'm starting with the left leg up, left toe pointed up, and we're pulsating with the right leg, squeezing those glutes, squeezing the hamstrings. Palms are facing down. Three, 2, 1, and we're switching legs. Great job, guys. Keep the core engaged. Squeezing those glutes, squeezing the hamstrings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Going to single leg deadlifts. I'm starting with the weight in my right hand. My left leg is going to be extending backward. Now you should be feeling this in the leg that is not moving, which for me is my right leg. You should be feeling this in your glutes, your hamstrings, nothing in your lower back. Good balance, good core control, relaxed breathing. 3, 2, 1. Great job, guys. Switching legs. I love the single leg deadlifts because it really brings out any stability issues you have, flexibility issues you might have. So I want to turn those weaknesses into strength when we get to race again. 3, 2, 1. Great job. All right, we are going to the single leg hip abduction. All right, so I'm starting with the left leg on the ground, knee bent at about 45 degrees. Right leg is straight out, toe pointed, and we're just, hips are stacked in that Right leg is raising up as high as we can. Remember, put the finger where the back pocket of your pants would be and squeeze where that finger is. That helps give you a focal point. Good job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. And we're switching sides. Let's see if I can do this with the battery back on, but I don't think I will. Oh yeah, I got it. I can do it. Hips are stacked on top of each other. Again, finger on that back pocket of the glute. My left side definitely needs some work, flexibility and strength-wise. 3, 2, 1, good job. And we're going over to the clams, right? So pretty much the same position we were just in. Hips stacked on top of each other, knees bent at 90 degrees, ankles stacked on top of each other. We're just raising that right leg up and back. Again, try not to rotate the core. Right, and just moving that leg back in abduction, which is away from the center line of the body. Good job, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're switching sides. Hips stacked on top of each other, knees at 90 degrees, ankles stacked on top of each other, and raising that left leg up and out. Again, looking to feel this in your glutes, gluteus medius specifically. You'll feel it in the gluteus maximus and the hamstrings as well, but looking for the gluteus medius, which is right where that back pocket should be. 3, 2, 1, good job. All right, take a break and we're gonna do it one more time. You guys are awesome. Oh. I'm actually working up a sweat and I'm inside, which tells me I've got some weaknesses to work on. Whew. Hopefully everybody's feeling okay. Hopefully you guys are having a good Wednesday. Got some cool stuff going on with Mine Right Thursday. I know Mike's doing some breathing classes on Thursday. We've got stuff going on the weekend. I know people are going to be cycling virtually and doing other crazy stuff. There's bingo going on. So there's always something going on with Mine Right. So check the page, check the main page, check the group page to check in and make sure you're doing as much activity as you can to keep you sane. All right, guys, whenever you are ready, this is our last round. And get that band ready for our squats. All right, looks like everybody is ready to go. All right, deep squat, sitting back in that chair. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Keeping that tension. We're going side to side. Try and take the same amount of steps to the left as you do to the right, and vice versa. Good squat. Keep that tension in that band. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. All right, single leg, hip bridges. Looks like everybody is almost in position. Yep, you guys are starting. Palms are facing down by your sides. Squeezing the glutes, squeezing the hamstrings. Keeping that core engaged. Just coming down 3 to 4 inches and back up. 3, 2, 1. We're switching legs. Nice job, guys. About 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Now we're going to the single leg deadlifts. I'm starting with the right leg planted and the left leg is going back. Weight is in my right hand. Core is engaged, tipping over. Slight bend in the knee, making sure we are squeezing the glutes and the hamstrings, the bicep femoris, as they are formally known as. This is a great exercise for building ankle stability as well. Those of you who like to run trail or want to run trail. 3, 2, 1, switching legs. If you need help with balance, when you come back up, you can let that toe rest on the ground for a second and then back down. 3, 2, 1. Whew. My ass is going to be sore. I'm already feeling it. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure y'all are stronger than me. So, all right, we're going to the side hip abduction, right? Hips stacked on top of each other. That left leg is bent at 45, right leg straight out, toes pointed, hips stacked on top, raising that right leg up as high as you can go, squeezing right from the top of your hip to where that back pocket would be on your pants. That's where we want to be squeezing. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Switching to the other side. Leg bent at 45, hips stacked on top of each other. That opposite leg coming straight up. Again, try not to rotate the hips, right? Keeping those hips stacked and stationary. Only thing that's moving is that top leg. Squeezing the glutes. Gluteus medius. Again, you can put your finger on that point and focus on squeezing where that finger is. Great job, guys. 3, 2, 1. Good job. And last exercise, the clams. Going back to that same position, hips stacked on top of each other, legs, knees are bent at 90 degrees, ankles stacked. And we're doing hip abduction. So going away from that midline. Great job, guys. Squeezing at the top, holding for a couple of seconds, and then back down. 3, 2, 1. And we're switching sides. Last one, guys. Making sure everything is aligned, hips stacked on top of each other, ankles stacked on top of each other, not really moving. Engaging that core, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the hamstrings. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, guys. That is it for today. A little bit easier, a little bit more of a recovery type strength workout, but I know a lot of us needed it. I did. I know a lot of people have been busy over the weekend doing stuff. So, hey, Monty, I see you now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Definitely let me know. Message me, comment on Facebook. Let me know if you'd like to see some different stuff. I'm here for you guys. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. But if you enjoyed the workout, give me a thumbs up. I did. It hurt me. Good job. Good job, Tisha. Good to see you. Felice, good to see you. Ismail, good to see you. Monty, take care. Have a good day, guys. Nicole, thanks for joining. Mona, Brandy, Brendan, thanks for joining. We'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Ray.